Hey, 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 welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. I'm glad to be here today. Today, we're going to kind of highlight the Cape Verdean Museum in East Providence. It's a nonprofit organization, been in existence since October 2005. I think they opened about, March 2006 with regular visitors. But it's a 501c nonprofit. It's run and organized by all volunteers. And so today's guest is going to be the president of the Cape Verdean Museum, uh, President Jose DaMoura. I call him Joe. And I'm going to put him on the screen right now. So here we go. Hello, President. How you doing?
I'm doing well. And yourself, Charlie?
Okay, man. I am very, very happy to have you on the Really Charlie podcast, and just want to help you out in any kind of way, you know. And I understand you guys got a campaign going on and fundraising, and I'm gonna let you tell that story. But first of all, to all the listeners and viewers, this is President Jose DaMoura, also known as Joe. All right.
Thank you. I prefer Joe because, as you know, the Cape Verdeans, my real name is Jose, but most people
Uh-huh.
can't pronounce Jose, so I go
Mm-hmm.
by Joe.
Yeah, I know. I, so I haven't been outside, but I know it's definitely bright out there. I don't know if it's warm, but we are in the Northeast, so it's
Yeah, it's
colder than
very
most.
bright, but not warm.
Okay. So give us some history about the Cape Verdean Museum in East Providence.
And yeah, the Cape Verde Museum is interesting history because majority of Cape Verdeans didn't know about it until this campaign began. But the Cape Verde Museum was begun by Denise Oliveira, uh, a lady from East Providence. A lot of people, everybody from East Providence knows her, but and the Cape Verdean American community. She began in the year 2000 when it became officially
Okay.
registered and a non-profit as a nonprofit. And then in 2005 was when they actually opened the exhibit in East Providence, 1003 Waterman Avenue. And from then on, it's just been open to the public. Not as a lot of publicity as much as it should be, but in the last couple of years, we've been doing a great job getting the word out to everybody.
Good, good, good. Well, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to actually put the word out there. I'm also going to visit it within the next 1 or 2 weeks. I'm going to swing by and actually well, I'll submit my donation before I make a visit. But yeah, it's
Actually, if
didn't
you mind, Charlie, if I could just interrupt you, this is a
sure.
great donation here, and I didn't get a chance to say thank you very much for this opportunity because it's another form of getting the word out, and that's one of our biggest missions. So, aside from the campaign, is letting everybody know about the Cape Verdean Museum, whether you're Cape Verdean born, not Cape Verdean born, or just the general public, because I think it's the museum affects everyone
It
whether you
sure
know it or
does.
not.
Yeah, it sure does. Everyone's trying to even cultures and cultures outside the Cape Verdean community. We we're intriguing people. They want to know. They want to know about us, and so the Cape Verde Museum is a source of information, especially in this area, being in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We're pretty close connected, so it's definitely something that we could go by, learn some history. I caught on the page on the one of the websites that you offer field trips for kids, students in schools and stuff like that. So that's great.
That's one of our biggest pleasure for Virginia Gonzalez and Ms. Smart, Yvonne Smart. They're the two who actually do the tour. When they're not available, I try to do a job that is impossible for me to do as well as they do. But we
Oh,
have schools from Connecticut. One school in particular that comes every year from Connecticut, and they have predominantly Cape Verdean students in that classroom. And every year they come, it's a pleasure, and we enjoy having them as much as they enjoy visiting as well,
that's good.
because it's
That's
something they
very
never. It's an experience. Not most everyone who hasn't visited never had having a Cape Verde museum in the United States.
true. Okay. Well, I'm gonna actually do a couple of things, and if I have some material or some photos that I can submit to the museum, I'm gonna do that. But I gotta first find them, and then I'm gonna actually submit them to the museum. Uh, you
And
mentioned
yeah, that's always welcome.
all right. You mentioned Denise. Denise is I know her very well, and her husband Wayne is another great gentleman.
Two
Some of your
exceptional people.
yes, some of your staff I had seen over the years. Just recognize the faces, not the names, and and they've been involved with quite a bit of activities in the East Providence area. Um, and just you got a good group. You got a top notch group with you, so just definitely going to be
That's
successful.
one another. Aside from being proud of being a member of the Cape Verde Museum, but also we have one of the strongest boards of the organizations I've ever been involved in, Charlie. So,
Yes, I
Dr. Ramus, Isidore Ramus, who is the first Cape Verdean mayor in the United States, Ms. Virginia Gonzalez, who came here at the age of 10, and she's been here 70 years, a retired school teacher and an icon in our community, along with Miss Yvonne Smart, worked at the Fox Point Library for until she retired, basically. So they're all
okay.
part of history. Denise Oliveira, who was the founder of the Cape Verde Museum, Colonel Delgado, our treasurer, Ron Amato. It's people in the community who got together and made this positive board. And
Good.
there's a few, but we have, like in my opinion, one of the strongest boards of any organization I've been involved with.
That's a huge plus. Definitely a huge plus. The it seems like it's very easy to get to. Not too far from the interstate, so that's another plus. And
It's on the main road. And the new museum, which we hopefully will be moving into soon, is also very, very close to off the highway and on the main road as well in Pawtucket, which is where
okay,
we hope to move in to very soon.
okay. Well, I noticed that there was you got you got other ways of donating through Cash App, PayPal, Zelly, and I've got that on the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna leave that on quite a bit of time so everyone can kind of copy that and submit some donations today because everything, whether small or big, it's all a huge plus. It can definitely help you guys out.
Yeah, and I want everyone to feel secure in a donation and knowing that every penny that comes in it is going towards the building campaign and nothing else. And most people think you have to pay administration, payrolls, and things like that. Everyone on the board volunteers at the museum is volunteer. No one gets paid for anything. This is just a labor of love for everybody involved.
Good, nice to hear. Very nice to hear. Um, the
Yes.
now the current building, there's plenty of parking. What do you offer other than the artifacts? Is there do you have like a scholarship fund, anything like that?
At the current building, like I said, we've been open for 50 years, and there's plenty of parking. But as you know, we don't qualify for many grants because we're renting. And without grants, we've been surviving on donations from the board and the community for the last 15 years. So that's why a couple of years ago, I proposed to the board that it's time for us to make our move and own our building. Because
Yes.
when you own it, we don't qualify for grants because most who would give you money to fix somewhere that belongs to other? It makes
Yeah.
complete sense, logical. So
Sure
that's
does.
why I encourage everyone to donate and don't think that this is going to become a regular thing where we're asking for money always. We've been around for 15 years, and as soon as we do put this building in our name, we're going to qualify for more federal and state grants than anyone could imagine. And
Yes.
since I've been involved in the last 4 years, and we've applied for grants, but majority of them we can't because we rent our space.
Okay.
Although we've been renting on our own for 15 years, but now it's time that we own our own property, and you know how important ownership is to us minorities in general.
Yes. It helps
I
out
think
a
we need
whole
to
lot.
step forward to.
And there's no reason for it not to happen, especially the huge numbers in this area. But it doesn't have to always come from this area. It can come worldwide. Just the name Cape Verdean Museum. That's enough to kind of encourage everybody to submit
Yeah,
something. Even a small donation
just
would go. Go ahead.
can I explain? Can I explain to our audience why not only why they should donate, but how easy it is for us to accomplish this goal, if you don't mind.
Yes. Go
Um,
ahead.
we started this and we came. The plan was we're gonna attack it three ways because I'm positive, and through my research, there's over 1 million Cape Verdeans in the United States. Not all of them are born there. The Cape Verdeans born here and people who had the Cape Verdean descents. There's over 1 million of us here in the United States, and
Wow.
we did the math. If 1% of that million donate $10, we've reached our goal of $100,000.
Yes.
That's $10 from 1% of a million. That's 10 Cape Verdeans, and we've reached it. And that's a big number. We're not asking for 10% or 20%, but 1%, a small number of the
Yes.
Cape Verdeans here in the United States. And unfortunately, we haven't got the word out enough to. Well, we can expect it, but it's tough getting people to donate. And these times, and then we only ask $10 because times are hard.
Yeah.
But
Well,
$10, I don't think it's way too much to ask of anybody.
no, it isn't. It isn't because we'll waste we'll waste much more than that on a weekly basis. On a daily basis, we waste more money. Just
That's
so
coffee
why
and
not?
breakfast.
Yes. Hmm. True. So true. I'm gonna
I'm
continue to
sorry,
share.
Charlie, if I'm not being a great guest, but I have a radio program, and this might be one of the few times I'm actually the guest and not the host.
Well, we're gonna do everything possible to make this happen. And I mean, I actually got to listen to your radio host, a show rather, because I'm gonna support you from this day forward on everything that you're doing because that's what people do. We got to start this friendship
Thank you.
off right, you know.
That's why I said this campaign here. I'm hoping to be. I know you're involved in the community, and I've been involved for many years as well. And I said there's no better time to show our unity than this campaign right here, which is a common cause for all of us. Every Cape Verdean, whether you're born here, born there, fifth generation, 30th generation, this affects all of us.
It sure does. The I highly encourage everyone that's listening now to share this video, make sure it gets out there, regardless of who you are. Just share. It's very important to Really Charlie podcast along with the Cape Verdean Museum to get the word out because we can get this done. I
Thank you. And like,
go ahead, Joe.
no, I said, no, I was like, I'm really excited because I'm sorry. And like I said, from now on, I'm going to be supporting you as well. And I just became aware of your podcast. And there's the little connections like this that we need to push the unity of Cape Verdeans. And it's, in the culture we're in right now, it's easier to find reasons why we shouldn't be talking to each other. But it's things like this, me coming on your show, and you one day hopefully coming on my show, and
Of
because we
course.
have to push unity from the top down. Because
Yes.
you as a radio show host, and you as a podcast host, and I as a radio show host, if we can't get together, how can we ask everybody else to get together?
Exactly. Exactly. And there's so many different, you know, connections with radio and podcast through the social media. There's so many different Cape Verdean groups, Cape Verdean hosts, Cape Verdean entertainers, Cape Verdean politicians. It just goes on and on and on and on. So at every level of the community, there is Cape Verdeans there. So there's no reason not to get these things accomplished, whether it's this or whether it's something else. There's always an opportunity
Mhm.
to help out each other, just right within our own culture and bloodlines.
Definitely, for sure. And
The,
as far as I know a lot of people in East Providence are not happy because the museum is moving out of East Providence to Pawtucket. But I always explain to everybody, it's actually just 5 minutes away from where it is now in East Providence, and uh, less than 1,000 feet out of East Providence and moving into Pawtucket. And Pawtucket is a logical place for
okay, go ahead. You little
sorry.
bad connection. It's all right. So you were saying that the new location is only 1,000 feet away from the previous one or the current one.
Yeah, from the East Providence line into going into Pawtucket, right? From Pawtucket, Pawtucket Avenue turns into Prospect Avenue, and it's 1,000 feet, less than 1,000 feet away from it. So,
Yeah. Well,
so that will serve both communities as well. But as you know, the biggest population in Rhode Island is in Pawtucket of Cape Verdeans.
yes, and it's you got to do it. It's not trying to hurt anybody. It's not trying to hurt the residents of East Providence. It's trying to build on the
No,
Cape Verde community as a whole. Regardless of
yes,
where you end up
because
going.
they've been a great support system, and you could tell as soon as you walk into the museum, there's a plaque there of the first 50 families that donated to Denise Oliveira to begin this museum. And that plaque is going to remain there because it's the beginning. But we also,
Yes.
for this campaign, we've invited families who would like to donate. Um, if they donate 500 to help towards this campaign, their name will go on the new plaque that's going to be for the purchase of the building as well. And I tell everybody, I was the first one to volunteer my family as well as the board members. Every board member's volunteered to make that. Well, they've already made the donation 500 for this building campaign to have your name or your family's name on there, and that's extremely important to me because when I'm gone, I would like my legacy to that would be part of my legacy as well. Like my great grandkids could go like, hey, that Jose DaMoura, that's my grandfather right there, and that's my
Hmm.
family. And not only is your name going on the wall, but there's a booklet to accompany it with half a page with a bio about that family.
Good.
which is
That's
I know not everybody can afford it, but if you can, I think that's a great idea. Otherwise, the other leg of our campaign, like I said, we asked individuals to donate $10. And the third this aspect of it is the business community, the Cape Verdean community. We've been getting good support from them as well, but we definitely could use more from it.
yes.
And we've been trying to engage every Cape Verdean community from California to Florida. We even have some Cape Verdeans, an organization, Cape Verdeans of Utah, that's donated. So
Awesome. Wow. That's the first time I heard of that. That's good. There's so many.
yeah,
There's
it was the first time I heard of Cape Verdeans of Utah as well.
wow.
The
That's
South
awesome.
Carolinas and Illinois I've heard of, but Utah was coming from the left for me too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely look them up, and who knows, that could be a future guest for the Really
Yep, they
Charlie
have their
podcast.
pages in Facebook,
All right. I'm gonna
and they
I'm gonna
actually
look that
reached out
up.
to us. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you hook up on my boy Joe Andrade?
Joe Andrade, a good friend as well.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Joe Andrade, actually, I met him when we started Obed TV, a Cape Verdean television program. Old,
Mhm.
I retired from that about 5 years ago. I said 30 years is enough.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Definitely. Yeah.
he was part of that too in the beginnings.
Yeah, Joe and I grew up together, and he's a great dude, and I know he loves what he's doing out in Rhode Island. So, but I definitely
Yep.
miss him around here. So,
I'm sorry to ask, but where are you right now?
in New Bedford, I'm in New Bedford, Mass.
Oh, New Bedford.
So,
Okay, so you're not too
yep.
far.
No. I actually I'm in East Providence every single day. Every day I'm in East Providence. So, I gotta
Yeah.
definitely swing by there. I'll take my family there and definitely check out the museum.
Whenever you're ready. Right now, during our regular hours, we're closed due to COVID. But for example, now the two ladies have gotten their first shots, and after their first shots, we're willing to, make special arrangements. And I've already had mine. So if you want to go, I can go and give you a wash down tour.
Okay.
It's not going
Yeah.
to be as good as Miss Gonzalez or Miss Marks, but
Well, I'll definitely let you know, but I'm gonna definitely make that happen. I mean,
we
it's
make all
so
kinds of arrangements.
yeah. You can. There's no reason why this can't happen because this Cape Verdean music, Cape Verdean food, uh, Cape Verdean generosity. There's just those three things right there should definitely make this happen. Um, do you have any events coming up that you're going to try to do? Maybe a virtual. This is actually a virtual campaign right now. So, is there any other things that you're going to get out there in the next few weeks?
We've been doing last week, 2 weeks ago, we did a virtual fundraiser. We've done two so far, but the problem basically is getting the word out. And
Okay.
like I said, now we have another option to promote different events coming.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is all part of the Unity program. Yes, where the campaign is to raise money, but it's the secondary getting everybody together so we're a community and help each other out as needed.
Exactly. I'll continue to share this. I'm going to actually try to create something that it's on my page constantly. And I'll add everything that I have that's shown on the screen, from the address to the website to the Cash Apps. I'll add all that and make sure that it's visible on my podcast.
Thank you. And like I said, I want to thank you because just this right there, I know it's going to reach a lot of people, and hopefully I'll be able to share it as well. So, like, person we can is another step towards success.
Okay, super. Well, Joe, is there anything you want to add to this podcast that we can, I know we said a lot already, but I definitely want to make sure that we get all your information out there.
Yep. And I know a lot of people on Facebook. Everything. There's a Cape Verde Museum Facebook page, which I try to update daily with new information and just historical facts as well. And my Facebook page, which not everybody, but a lot of people know. It's always everything's always public. If you want to go check there, or send me a message, or go to the website and send messages because we check the email daily as well. So, any questions or anything anybody wants to know, feel free to reach out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Good, great. The website is www.capeverdeanmuseum.org. You can also go
.org.
onto the .org. Yes, you can. And the Cash App is Cash App money tag Cape Verdean
Yes, the cash
Museum.
single Cape Verdean Museum, capital letters for Cape Verdean and Museum, and
Yep.
the Zelle and PayPal info at Cape Verdean Museum .org. It's an email account, and
Yep.
there's a GoFundMe that you can see the link on Facebook. And the GoFundMe, if you go to the page, just type up Cape Verde Museum and that'll come up as well. And I want to thank everybody who's watching, who will contribute, and those who have contributed, because right now we're past the midpoint of our goal. We've raised $53,000 already. So
Okay.
we just need everybody to get involved. And people say just $10. $10 adds up when enough people donate it. So
yeah. We I remember being involved with an organization, and I was suggesting, campaign, give me $5, and I was just asking for $5, and I thought that $5 would go a long way, but $10 is great, and I hope that
all right, can we promise your guests, your watchers, that when you do go visit, I'm gonna have a camera follow the thing so you could follow your visit so you could post it on your podcast page.
Sure.
This is a way of
Awesome.
me getting you can't say no. So
I love it.
no,
Joe,
I do a lot of video stuff too, so
yeah, I'm gonna every day I'll check out your site, your page, everything. I'm gonna be on it every day, following you, keeping an eye on you, and make sure I can help out on a daily basis. So you got my number?
Yep, and you have a friend. So.
Yes. All right. God bless, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlie. I appreciate the opportunity. And thank you to all your listeners and viewers. Please help us, because this is not an effort of me or the board. This is a community effort. Everybody needs to get involved.
Exactly. All right, brother. You have a great day, and God bless you. All right. Thank you.
Same in turn, sir.
All right. God bless. The Cape Verdean Museum, East Providence, 1003 Waterman Avenue, East Providence, Rhode Island. And website is www.capeverdeanmuseum.org. Feel free to catch up on on the museum. Check out the history. Check out that the Facebook page. There's many things that they're doing, and last but not least, the Cash App. Make a donation. $10. You're wasting $10 or more on a daily or weekly basis. Something that if you submit it through a Cash App, it's definitely recorded. And the organization is made up of reputable people that are definitely been doing this for quite a while. So if you can help out, it would be appreciated. It's nothing but good people listening and viewing the Really Charlie podcast. So use your generosity wisely. This is the Really Charlie podcast on StreamYard, Anchor, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. Please join me. It's at this point right now, it's almost every day that I'm on here, and I'm just trying to get some educational and inspirational people on here. Also, support our local businesses, local organizations, and that's what I'm about. Just trying to highlight individuals or groups, crafts, and what they offer and bring to us. You can always email me at reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com. I check my emails on a daily basis. Or you can go on Anchor, and they have a message system to the Really Charlie podcast. And you can leave a voice message and directly get it. You may want to be a guest. You may want to suggest a guest. Whatever you want to do, you can get in touch with me through Facebook, or Anchor, Spotify. Well, that was a great guest. President Joe DaMoura of the Cape Verdean Museum in East Providence. In conclusion, I just want to let y'all know that I'm with you at all times. I want to support you. I want to bring your business out there. I want to highlight you as much as I can on this podcast. Podcasts are the thing to do. Social media is the thing to do. You're not limited. You're not censored. You're not, we just want to get those hidden stories out there. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, mask those beautiful faces, hand sanitize your hands and wash your hands. Stay safe, everybody. I love you. And I'll be back on tomorrow with another guest, Custodio Gomes. He's a new author. He's wrote several books, and he'll be on tomorrow. And so that will be 7 p.m. tomorrow. So please join me. God bless. Take care.